Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something really relevant. Authenticity on LinkedIn in, 2025.
Yeah, it's a big one. Over 1 billion professionals on there now.
Exactly. So the challenge is being genuine, being you, but also keeping that professional image sharp. It's this authenticity dilemma.
hmm
We've been looking at a presentation by Carol Merkel, which has some great insights.
It really does. Helps frame the whole thing.
So the core question, really, for you listening is, how far should you go with being authentic to actually boost your presence without, accidentally damaging it?
It's such a tricky balance, like walking a tightrope.
Totally.
I mean, the data's interesting. Authentic posts, they apparently get double the engagement. People connect with what feels real.
Right. Hootsuite found that.
But yeah, LinkedIn isn't your personal diary, is it? Oversharing is a real risk. It can absolutely hurt how you're seen professionally.
So, a bit of light humor is okay, maybe?
Yeah.
But not.
Yeah.
Not the gym selfies analogy someone used.
Exactly. Keep those professional boundaries in mind.
So why does this authenticity thing even resonate professionally? Why bother?
Well, it builds trust. That's huge. There was a SHRM study, I think 2024.
Yeah.
It found 85% of recruiters actually value genuine profiles. They want to see the real person.
Makes sense. You connect better with actual individuals, find people who think like you.
Definitely. And Carol's presentation had this great example. A CEO shared some real business struggles, not just wins.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
Amazingly well, actually. Got over 1,200 supportive comments. It really boosted their credibility, paradoxically.
Wow. So vulnerability used right can be powerful.
It seems so.
Yeah.
It fosters a deeper connection than just, look how great we are all the time.
Okay, so we see the upside. But where is that line? When does sharing become oversharing?
That's the million-dollar question. The presentation really stressed focusing on professional insights. It's not therapy.
Right. Keep the personal diary stuff out.
And there are a couple of good mental checks, like the client meeting test.
Ah, okay. Explain that.
Would you actually say this thing you're about to post to a client? If the answer's no, maybe rethink posting it on LinkedIn.
That's a good one. Simple. And there was another.
The grandma test for humor. If you think it might make your grandma blush or feel uncomfortable.
Probably not LinkedIn appropriate.
Probably not. It forces you to consider your audience, even on such a massive platform.
Okay, so let's flip it. What should you be sharing? The docs?
Right. Well, lessons learned are always good. From successes, sure, but also failures.
As long as you include the takeaway, right?
Yeah.
What you learned.
Exactly. Don't just vent. Also, highlighting team achievements, sharing key learnings from your work, commenting on industry trends. That's all solid content.
And mixing your own thoughts with curated content you find valuable.
Yeah, that mix is smart. Shows you're thinking and you're connected to what's happening out there. Keeps your feed interesting.
Good point. Now, the don'ts. These seem pretty obvious, but maybe people still do them.
Oh, absolutely. Number 1, avoid rants, especially about your boss or company.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Never ends well. Definitely.
And keep personal grievances, the ones totally unrelated to work, off the platform too.
Mhm.
And definitely steer clear of really polarizing stuff, politics, controversial topics. You just risk alienating people unnecessarily.
Okay, let's talk fails. Any specific examples? Sometimes those stick.
Yeah, the presentation had a few cautionary tales. One job seeker apparently went on a rant that went viral, negatively. Hurt their job search, obviously. Then there was someone who got into trauma dumping, just really heavy personal stuff, led to HR getting involved, feeling isolated at work.
Yikes. Need boundaries.
For sure. And a lighter one, someone whose daily lunch photos meant innocently kind of turned them into a nutrition influencer by mistake.
On LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn. Wrong platform, wrong message,
Huh? Okay, those are good warnings. But what about the wins? When authenticity did pay off.
Right, the epic wins. There was a leader who shared their layoff experience very openly, honestly. Got tons of support, connections, leads. Found a new role really quickly.
Nice. Shows humanity resonates.
It does. Another one. A junior analyst shared a story about their volunteer work. Just something personal but relevant to their values.
And that led to?
Getting recruited by a Fortune 500 company. They saw the post and liked the initiative, the character.
That's amazing. Shows it's not just about hard skills.
Exactly. And even humor. Someone made honest, funny posts about remote meeting fails. Relatable stuff.
Let me guess, people loved it.
They did. Ended up getting invited for speaking engagements about remote work culture.
Okay, so realness, when done right, clearly has benefits. Any final pro tips for getting this right? Smart authenticity.
Yeah, a couple. A Sunday night test is a good one. Before you post something maybe edgy on Friday, ask yourself if you'll still feel good about it, proud of it, come Monday morning.
Gives you pause. Good filter.
Definitely. And it's about balancing that vulnerability, that openness, with maintaining a polished professional feel. It's not either.
Finding that blend.
Right. And engage with comments thoughtfully. Don't feed the trolls, obviously, but interact with genuine discussion.
So the big takeaway then is authenticity on LinkedIn should be strategic. It's about building your reputation, not just random thoughts.
That's the name of the game, really. Strategic authenticity. Every post, ideally, should provide some kind of value.
Inform, inspire, connect. Something meaningful.
Exactly. Make it count towards the professional story you want to tell.
You know, one last thing from Carol's presentation that was interesting. This idea of humble bragging.
Yeah, the subtle art.
Right. Highlighting achievements, but trying to sound modest. It's almost a required skill on LinkedIn now, isn't it?
It kind of is, in a way. Navigating that is part of the authenticity puzzle, too.
So, something for you to think about. What kind of professional story do you want your LinkedIn activity, your authenticity, to tell? Thanks for diving deep with us today.